Welcome back to my channel. Hey, okay, so welcome. I wanted to have a little chit chat and just give you guys updates about what's to come. First, let's talk about you guys. I want to say thank you to all my subscribers. It's really quite amazing how many have decided to join. I wasn't expecting to even get as many as I have. To some people, it may seem like not a lot, but for me, I mean, 600, good Lord, like, thank you so much. And I don't even know you guys, and I want to get to know you guys a little better, so I would really love comments, you know, so I can interact with you, because I will comment back really quickly. So my goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can do a giveaway. I really want to do one, and it's going to be a planner, but it's going to be a very nice planner and a bag, like a purse that goes with it. So basically, it would be perfect for a working woman that needs planner in her life, I guess. But regardless, it would be great. And what I plan on doing is when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I will take you guys shopping on a live video. It will be my first live for YouTube. So I'm super excited about that. And in order to do that, we need to hit 1,000. So tell your friends and family or whatever. Get me out there. It's not that I'm trying to sell anything. I just want to build a community of really good people. And to come, I will have more of a functional base type situation and devotional series. So a bunch of good Christian people would be great. A bunch of just any type of person. It doesn't matter. I'm very accepting to everyone. And I would love to do some art type stuff. Show you what I'm good at art-wise. But that's to come. Let's talk about today. And I just wanted to thank everyone for being here. I don't want to get emotional, but it's quite amazing. And also, those of you that are just now watching, I'm Kitty Valentine. This is Mermaid Kitty, and I'm really excited to have you here. When I say this is Mermaid Kitty, it's not this, it's the channel. And I'm open to suggestions. I'm also very open to constructive criticism. So if you have any tips or hints on like how to light or film, or if there's content you want to hear or see, if you want to get to know me a little better personally, I'm willing to do story times, that kind of stuff. I just need to know what you want. So make sure to comment. Tell me what you want, okay? I am here to entertain you, and I really would like to tell you about my life and things like that if you're interested. But I need to know you're interested first. But regardless, let's get started. Okay, so if you notice, there is a new baby in front of me. I tend to have new babies. But on the real talk, I wanted to fill you guys in on what's going on. Not even a week ago, probably a week ago, about a week ago, I filmed in a Kate Spade. I filmed in this beautiful Kate Spade. It's a rare color. She is gorgeous, you guys. There is no doubt. And she's brand new. Like, I only used her for like a week, if that. And you know what? Let me tell you why I went into her. So I moved into the Kate Spade because I wanted something a little more compact, because the Foxy Fix just wasn't working for a mobile type planning. I needed something that was easy to use and can be used as a wallet as well, because I do miss having my planner as a wallet. That's kind of why I liked my pocket size. But because I do a lot of scheduling and things like that during the summer especially, I need to use personal size. And I went back into my purple Malden right before I got this, and it was working great. I was happy. I was happy, and then I got this. I was like, I don't really want to switch out of my Malden, but I tried it, and I knew better, you guys, because I'm not a zip around type person. That's a lot for me to do. when I'm talking to somebody on the phone, I need to be able to just boom, and let me make sure there's no numbers, boom, you know, to my scheduling spot and take care of business. I need to be able to do that. And then when it comes to my wallet, I need to be able to have my stuff lay flat or flat-ish. This is new, so obviously it's not ready. Get my inbox out, be able to get my cash out, driver's license, credit card, whatever it may be. I need to be able to do that pretty quickly. And this was hard to do that with. Now, I will say, this is great to put in a purse. Like, you can fit this in a pretty small purse because it's just going to go slip right in. It's very nice. I will admit that this is wonderful for a wallet use. I personally loved this pocket. This is my favorite pocket. I kind of wish the Malden had one of these. But even still, like, even these pockets weren't as happy for me. Anyway, it worked. It did its job, but I'm selling this, so if you're interested, let me know. I'm going to sell it for like $60. It is a unique color to Kate Spade, but it's pretty much brand new. Okay, so basically what I've done, it hit me finally that I always go back to my Malden, and I can't seem to get away from the Maldens. Like, you guys, I just bought yesterday on my trade and sale group, I just bought an A5 Malden, and I'm super excited. Now, I don't use A5, okay? But I did just buy one because during the school year, I need to take a lot of notes, and I'm planning on doing so. So I actually have the whole set of the purples now. I have the purple pocket, this, and I will have the A5. But let's talk real quick about my Maldens here. I have purchased finally an ochre. You guys, this one, this ochre is much softer than these because there's no dye to this. So you're going to get a very luscious, like, oh, it's so supple. Ooh. Okay, if this was a human, I mean, oh, snap. You know what I mean? But anyway, this is a beautiful binder. Usually I don't like my binders in neutral colors, but I've gotten more into the neutrals, and I really love the earthy tone of this ochre, and I like that it does scratch and things like that. This is going to be fun to use when I start using it and switch it out. What does a girl need with all these beautiful Maldens? First off, I've decided that the Malden has always been and always will be, I believe, the binder that I go to. Well, at least for now, the Malden is the binder that works best for me. I'm always super happy in it, and I wanted different colors, so I didn't get bored with just one color. Now, the purple will always be my beginner. Like, this is my baby. And like I said, I have this in pocket, and I will have it in A5. So here's the pocket. She's beautiful too, isn't she? So I'm super excited to have the set, which to me, I think looks really classy when you're in a business and you have like your set of matching binders. I don't know. I think it's pretty sexy. But anyway, I want to talk about this one. I'm inside this one. I believe they call this, it's not the magenta, they call this the fuchsia. Now, this pink is not like a, it's still very professional, okay? The reason why I'm in this, I didn't think I'd want to jump into this color, but when I saw it, you guys, I was like, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Now, it does have more of a purpley tone. It's really pink, okay? It's not like, it's exactly what fuchsia would look like, honestly. And in a way, it's not as pink as magenta. It has more of the purple tones in there, which I love. It's a very classy pink. It's not too bright. It's not too light. I do love a good light pink in my KKK here, but if you notice, it gets dirty. Okay, the light colors will get dirty, so I try and avoid, you know, the lighter colors. But I was really excited about this, so I jumped into it. So I want to take you through this binder and just kind of show you, I mean, it's the exact setup. It's a Malden, okay? And the guts of my planner don't change. I've found I'm pretty happy with how I have the guts of my planner. They function, and it's what works. It's just, you know, the set, the decorum is different. But the thing that is different is that now I'm using this as a full-time wallet. So what's great is when I pay bills and everything, all I have to do is take this in, and I've got everything I need right here. And what's even better is that this back pocket, you guys, right here, fits my phone, okay? And I have an 8 Plus, an Edge 8 Plus, so it's like very long, and it fits perfectly in here, and my Malden still shuts. So that makes me super happy. So honestly, it's like everything in one that I could imagine. Now I'm going to tell you that this channel is going to veer more and more towards functionality, because I have found what I like in the guts. I found that I like a little more simple decorum. Now I do have, as you see, the different papers and things. It's really pretty, right? But it's always going to be the same, I think. The only difference is the theme a little bit, you see. But my guts are probably going to stay the same for a while. Now I'm just using KKK dividers here that I've had. And you guys, I love these dividers. Like, you can laminate them and make them stronger, but I've been putting tape over the tabs. But like, this is just how simple I have it. You know, it's not this insanely decorated binder, which I love that look too, as you guys know, because I mean, yeah, but I just love the pinks right now. Anyway, and the purples, I guess you could say. I'll always love a good purple. But anyway, yeah, I'm wanting to veer more towards the functionality, because I finally found, I truly want to believe I found planner peace to an extent. Also, I want my channel to be something that you can use and re-watch, okay, and learn something from it. So, this is my inbox for this binder. I've decided to put a small little book like this in each of my Maldens that kind of go with the theme that I'm going to have in there. So that's my inbox along with this. I have, as you know, some of you may not know, I have a couple of extensions of my inbox. This is one, so if I didn't want to take out my entire planner, I could just pull this out. Sometimes this will be separate from my planner and just in a pocket of my purse. And then there's this, the to action is my inbox as well. Just write down things that I want to accomplish and do, and then I will move them to their proper spots. I do use a very loosely version of the GTD by David Allen. I call it loosely because it's not, you know, I've tweaked it to work for me, which is something that we will go over in a future video, or maybe even right now, slightly. Okay. So, let's get started, shall we? I want to talk today about my list section, okay? Brandy Michelle Plans has the best GTD series, and I highly suggest to go there. Now, the reason why I'm going to jump around in my series of the GTD is because I don't want to be exact like her. I don't want anyone to think that I'm like taking this from her. It's just my version. I use the GTD now because of her, and I'm gonna give her props. So if you are part of the David Allen GTD system, I guess GTD family, you know how it works. For those of you that do not, let me get my big old chunky binder. This is where I started implementing the GTD, well, my pocket size, but this is where it really shows. This thing is chunky. This bad boy is hard to carry, so that's why I just have it. This is what a good, this is something that you can, a reference. This is a good reference guide. Brandy Michelle has this linked to her videos from the GTD series, so go check that out and get it. It's really, really helpful. So you have all this stuff, right, in your head that you need to get out. So get it out in your brain dump, and then find the stuff that's important and put it in an inbox. It could be anything from bills to things you need to do, to letters to write, to whatever. Put in there. And then go through it. I go through mine pretty much every other day or once a week. Sometimes daily. Depends on my mood. And then you ask yourself what it is that's in your inbox, okay? And then that's when you start moving it. So the next question after you figure out what it is it actionable? Meaning, can you do it right away? Is it something that has multiple steps? Is it something that you just file away? Is it something you can do right now? So basically how this works is that if it's actionable and has multiple steps, it's going to go into your project section. And for me, my projects says projects, and it's right here. And this is everything, mostly my YouTube. And like even at home projects and things like that will go here. Okay, there's my projects. So, and with that, you need to decide, you need to plan that project. You need to write out the entire plan for the project, what steps are needed, blah, blah, blah. And then you ask yourself, you need to review the actions for that project and then decide what the very next action is going to be. Okay, and we'll come back to that. All right. So if it's a no, does it go into the trash? Can you like get rid of it? Is it that necessary? Is it something you could do later? It's called incubate. Someday maybe let it sit there so you can come back to it and do it later. But always I suggest, from experience with doing this, I suggest looking at that list every day because you may forget, okay? Or have some sort of index or something in your planner that kind of guides you in that direction. I'll show you what I've done recently. Or can you file it away into your reference? Okay. So let's stop there before I tell you what you do if it is actionable. Okay. Let me take you through that process. Okay. All right. So here it is. I have some things I've written down. All right. All right. I have to gather paperwork for some situations and blah, 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 blah. And then for my planner, I want to make a key. I need to make a key, a reoccurring task, and positive affirmations need to go in there. And then I also need to do these things. So what you do is you take your inbox and you look at these things and decide what it is you need to do first, what's most important, and all that stuff. Let me get you moved in. Okay. All right, so I have this key that I have yet to put in my smaller binder. I've created my own key here. These have to do with tasks. It has to do with the inbox, okay? These are the things, these are the symbols that I'm using, okay, to move my little information around, all right? So what I do is I take my inbox, I pick a color pen that I want to use. I'll use pink today. All right, so the first thing, gather paperwork for collectors, call debt collectors to inform of info. So these two go together, so I'll draw a line to keep them together. A lot of time my brain works in categories, so I'm able to keep my information close together when I write it down. Okay, so with this is going to be, I actually have to wait for something on here. I'm waiting for a letter. So this is going to have a couple of symbols for me because I'm waiting for something for this, but I also need to go ahead and call them and things like that. So what we're going to do is take this part right here and put it as my next action. This is something I actually need to do like tomorrow or today. So this is the symbol for my next action. That means the arrow is kind of like, okay, you need to do it Next. You got to do it right there. I would use an exclamation. It's kind of important, right? I can use an exclamation if it's very important to remind me that this is something I need to do right away. Okay, and then gather the paperwork for the collector. So that's not my very next action. That's something that will come after I do this. So what I'm going to do, I'm waiting for on this. So I use a clock as a waiting for. Okay. All right, next I'll go down here. Create drop journal for school. Now this is for something that is like 2 months down the line, but it's also a project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put it in projects, which are scissors. Okay, project section, because it does take multiple steps, and this way I'll put it in the projects and then go ahead and do the steps and then take my next action from there instead of doing the someday maybe. This gives me time to plan the project. Okay, and I also need to put the due date, which is going to be August 6th. That's the due date. Okay, now for my planner, these are things that can be next actions. They're not like important, so I'm not going to put the exclamation, but I will put them on my next action list. Okay, my key, I need to create reoccurring tasks, I need to create, and positive affirmations. That's going to take a little more planning, so I'm going to put that in a projects because I don't need that as quickly as I do these two. Okay, now that's another line. Boop. Okay, down here, I'm going out of town, so I need to start my packing list. And so that's my next action there. Shopping needs, that's going to go on a list, so next action. And outfit needs, next action. But what I'm going to do is do this. And put, okay, so this is where it gets complicated sometimes because this isn't necessarily a project, but it does take multiple steps to think about. So I am going to put it with projects, but the thing about that, well, I don't want to do that. They're going to go into my list area. This is going to go into my list section, which, all right, this is going to my list area, which I've already started. So that's how I figure out what to do with my items in my inbox, okay? So the very next thing that I need to do is put them there, all right? Now, this video is already running pretty long, and I'm sorry, but y'all know me. Okay, so with this, I need to check this inbox too. I think I've already dealt with some of this stuff. So the first thing is waiting for. So I go to my list and I have a waiting for list, which is, I have different types of lists here. Here, waiting for. All right, so then I can do this, okay? Then next, call debt collector. So that's my next action. So I have a spot in my binder where I put my next action. Now, this is where it's a little different from Branding Michelle, but these are like my weekly next action, something I need to get done within the week, but my very next action will go on the today marker to my today page, which is here, and I haven't set it up yet. So I am going to do a video of how I set these up, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and put it here on my next action list. And I think I already have it right here. Yeah, right here. Okay, so that's good. That's my very next action. So I'm going to draw an exclamation to remind me to get that done ASAP. Okay. Now, create drop journal for school. So that's going to go into my projects. Here's my projects here. I got, here we go. Now, I like to use these banners to kind of keep it neat. So what I'm going to do is move that to here. I'm going to go ahead and title it, but I'm not going to break it down for you because that's going to take too much time. I'll do a video on my projects as well. So I'm going to put that in drop binder, and I'm not going to erase it from my inbox because I need to be reminded. Okay, so I'm not going to do this on film either, but these are my next actions. So in order to do that, I just take a basic notepad of some sort and I just plan it out. Like for my key, I already have my key here and here. I just need to decide what I want to put it on. I like to have my key kind of in the front with my inbox, so I'll probably stick it somewhere up here. But yeah, anyway. Okay, so I don't want this video to go too long, but that is the basic idea of how my inbox works. I know this is kind of a random situation here, but yeah, so basically this is how your inbox works. You put all the things, and like I said, you break it down, and then you decide if it's actionable. For example, like you saw, I need to make a phone call. That's something you need to do right away, like within 2 to 3 minutes. Now for me, that particular phone call requires more time, so I need the time to do it. So that's going to be my next action. I hope that I hope this isn't too weird or anything, but keep in mind this is new for me. Just doing this kind of functional situation. So that's how my inbox works. That's how I break it down and move it throughout my planner. So the next video is going to be I'm either going to do my lists, or I'm going to either do how I plan my day, or I'm going to do my projects. I'll keep you informed. If you want to hear one next, just let me know. And until next time, you guys, I love you so much. Bye.